Are you in the defense force looking to buy a property? In this video, we'll be discussing some common mistakes that ADF personnel make that cost them dearly when the time comes for them to purchase real estate. By avoiding these mistakes and having the right team on your side, you can make informed decisions and invest in your future. I've worked with ADF personnel for the last few years now, and I'm very proud of the work that I've done with them. I've assisted many of them in building property portfolios. I often meet ADF personnel who have been made medically discharged, having to get a DVA payment, and who are stuck between a rock and a hard place, not sure what their future holds for them. Sometimes it could be heartbreaking, so I'm very passionate about helping ADF personnel set themselves up for the future while they're still serving their country. Mistake number one, abusing your rental allowance. We understand, we get it. You get a rental allowance, it's beautiful, it's amazing, I wish I can get it. But it's essential to remember that paying too much for a rental property can negatively impact your ability to purchase a property. Although the defense is covering a portion of your rent, when calculating your borrowing capacity, banks will include your full rental payment without taking into consideration your RA. So for example, if you're serving in Karabul and you want to live in the eastern suburbs of Sydney, careful not to pay too much on rent. I guarantee that this will affect your borrowing capacity and could stop you from buying and starting a property portfolio. Did you know that ADF personnel have access to exemptions and grants that civilians don't have? If you understand those exemptions, you'll be able to minimize the deposit required to actually get into the market. Click on the link below to book a phone call with me, or better yet, if you feel that you're ready to get serious about property investing, book a strategy session with me and then we'll take it from there. Mistake number two, playing hard to get with DHA. DHA is amazing because it works differently from RA. If you live in a DHA property, on average, you're paying about $500 a fortnight plus water. I'm sure most of you love it and banks love it too, so it's a win-win situation. By living in a DHA property, your borrowing capacity will be higher than if you were to rent out the same property for $500 a week. So if you get a chance to live in a decent DHA property, don't play hard to get. Definitely do your best to secure the property. Mistake number three, and I see this too often, you go on deployment, you come back with a big chunk of cash, and the first thing you want to do is buy a jet ski, buy a ute, buy a car, buy luxury items like watches, purses, etc. I get it. You've been working hard on deployment and now you want to have some fun. But did you know that you can buy an investment property for as little as $65,000? Don't miss out on this opportunity to invest in your future and to start building a property portfolio for yourself while you're still serving. Mistake number four, triggering DOHAs too soon. Now that the minimum permanent service requirement has dropped, it's even more tempting to trigger DOHAs. But be careful. You could be better off without it. A lender will charge you a higher interest rate when you buy a property under the DOHA scheme. You could also be very limited to the number of lenders that you can access. So depending on the standard home loan rate, you may be better off forgetting DOHAs and going down the route of a typical home loan. So make sure you do your research and choose the right financing option for your situation. At best, DOHA's subsidy will save you about $1,000 a month. But if you continue renting, the DHA subsidized rent will outweigh the DOHA subsidy.
Now if you're thinking, oh Roy, but I'm still renting, I'm better off owning my home,
then why not consider building a property portfolio while you're serving? When you are closer to getting discharged, then you can utilize DOHAs and buy your dream home or your forever home at the time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these insights and tips have helped you avoid common mistakes and make informed decisions when it comes to purchasing a property. Remember, do your research, utilize your entitlements, and choose the right team to help you build a property portfolio. I'll talk to you again soon.